Hello everybody, welcome back to another video and happy free agency day everyone, as today we got loads of stuff to talk about, which is why I will be live around 6 to 6:30 with my boy Perlo Wisdom, as we're going to be jumping on after everything kind of happens, because I gotta work sadly, so I can't be live throughout the entire free agency day unfortunately, but I'm going to try to make a quick video for you guys and try to get it out before I head off to work, as Evander Kane, he re-signed a 4-year deal, making $5.125 million over the next 4 years, which I gotta say is a pretty nice deal for Evander Kane, especially what we've been hearing where he wanted that $7 million deal. We did have to give him a no movement clause, which is a little bit worrying, but honestly, I really do like this deal. Now, there's a ton of stuff to talk about with Evander Kane here, all right? Of course, he's having the deal with the arbitration hearing with San Jose, which we're going to be getting into a little bit later on, and what will happen with that if Kane wins, if Kane loses. Ryan Rishaug did a little bit of a piece on Twitter talking about it, so we're going to be talking about that a lot as well. So let's just get into everything. So let's talk about the deal and how is it good? Is it bad? Whatever it may be. Let's talk about the good and bads. But I'm going to talk about the positives here with Evander Kane first of all. Now, Evander Kane is the type of guy that we definitely need on the team. A goal-scoring winger that can play alongside of McDavid, score 30, 40 goals a season, and that's what Evander Kane's going to do for us. He was amazing in the playoffs. He was really good during the regular season. He had an above average shooting percentage. His finishing just was skyrocketed this year. Evander Kane was everything we needed him to be, and we loved him. A lot of Oilers fans loved him, and a lot of Oilers fans wanted to keep him in. Even a lot of Oilers fans wanted to overpay for him. Now, Evander Kane is not a $7-8 million player. He is just not. He's not that type of guy. He's a guy that is in this ballpark. He is a $5 million player. That is what Evander Kane is. Now, would I like it a year less? Yeah, I would have liked that at 3 years. I still think 4 years is a little long, but Evander Kane wanted that long-term deal. He wanted it at $7 million, so at least we got it at 4. Now, it was rumored that we were going to give him about 4.75 for 3 years, but since Kane went out, he tried to, play the market. No one wanted him. No one wanted him, which was an absolute just beautiful play by Ken Holland, and we were able to get him at a pretty good sizable deal. $5.125 million for the next 4 years, which I gotta say is a pretty good bang for your buck. You're not gonna get Kane any cheaper. You're not gonna get him at any less term because of the fact that he wanted a long-term deal. Now, we're definitely gonna have to pay him some big money as well. He has a $5.5 million bonus this year, $4 million bonus next year, and the year after that, we have a $2 million bonus on him. So he's basically really kind of buyout friendly. Especially near the end of his contract. So if it ends up where Evander Kane's not playing too well, whatever it may be, we can end up buying him and saving him a decent amount of money for the Edmonton Oilers, which is kind of a bonus as well. So now, what is expected of Evander Kane throughout this contract? Now, of course, we would like to hope that he could continue doing what he was doing this past season, but this was an above-average season for Evander Kane. He had a way above-average shooting percentage. His shooting percentage skyrocketed to what it was compared the last few years there with the San Jose Sharks. So, of course, you'll probably see him play his best hockey over the next 2 years, most likely. You'll be seeing him throw up 30, 40 goals, but I think after that, the next 2 years, you might see a little bit of decline in Evander Kane's game. The reason why is he's a power forward. His skating, he's kind of like what me and Perlo were talking about in the last stream, is Evander Kane's kind of like a James Neal. Once James Neal got up to a certain age and he just wasn't able to keep up and his skating slowly declined, which as a power forward, Evander Kane's skating is just very average. And once a very average skater gets a little older, they get a little slower, the game just kind of goes away. Because once you're not able to get to those spots to finish, you're just not able to keep up with everyone else. Now, I think Evander Kane will be pretty good over the 3 years of this deal. The 4th year, who knows what might happen. But I think Evander Kane will definitely be a nice piece to the team. He was an amazing piece to the team this year, and I think he'll still be a really nice piece over the next 3 years. Of course, there's some concern near the tail end of that deal, but right now, we're in a go mode. We're in a win now mode. The next 2 to 3 years, we're in a win now mode, and this is the type of win now mode deal that you're going to be kind of looking at, right? You're picking up Kane to try to win a cup and try to help the team towards the playoffs, because Evander Kane has been a playoff performer, especially for us. In his whole career, he's had 19 goals in 44 games in the playoffs, and we need a guy that could go out there and score goals, and he was amazing this season in the playoffs as well with 13 goals in 15 games. So if he could still do what he was doing this year, that would be absolutely amazing. I don't expect him to be a point per game player, though. I can see him having, 60, 65 points a season, at least having 30 goals a season, which is absolutely what we need. We need a 30 goal scorer, and especially with how well he played this year, you could probably even imagine him having 40 goals this upcoming season. I wouldn't doubt it, but you might only see it for the first 2 to 3 years of this deal where he'll really be really good, and then probably the last year he'll tail off a bit. But this is the type of deal I love it, because we didn't sign him to the 7 years that was rumored. We didn't sign him to the $7 million that was rumored, which is absolutely amazing. This is the type of deal that we exactly wanted for Evander Kane, especially since we're trying to build a playoff team. You want these bargain deals. You want these deals that could be real cheap for the team that's not going to cost you a whole lot. Now, let's talk about the arbitration. Now, Evander Kane's contract got, terminated unlawfully, is what Evander Kane is talking about. So, basically, the settlement. The way that it goes is if a settlement, both sides move on, the Oilers' new contract stays intact. So that means both parties, both San Jose and Evander Kane, just have to move their separate ways, and nothing gets dealt with, right? Now, number 2. If Kane wins, Oilers' deal is dissolved. So that means the Oilers' deal that we just signed with Evander Kane goes away. It disappears. Now, Kane becomes a Sharks property, contract fully intact, including his no trade stipulation. So that means he gets back his $7 million deal that he had with the San Jose Sharks, and that no trade clause that he had as well, which is absolutely crazy. And then right after that, if Kane loses, Oilers' contract remains in place. Both sides move on. Not as sure, and then he also said, not sure if the Oilers' deal makes a settlement more likely or not, but there's plenty still to be determined. So we're really going to have to keep an eye on that, on the way that that's going to go. And Darren Dreger did say on his Twitter that the Oilers are not done. There's still a lot to be done here with the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, Jack Campbell's basically a guarantee. I'll probably make a video later on tonight, talk about Jack Campbell signing with the Edmonton Oilers. I'll go a little bit more in depth. Rumors about Connor Brown, Mason Marchment, which I absolutely love on the team. One of the Strome brothers we've been on, both Ryan and Dylan Strome. Absolutely would love Dylan Strome. And then he was also saying that potentially Puljujarvi or Foegele might be moved in the process as well to clear up some cap room. I mean, it is what it is. If Puljujarvi is going to get traded away, I mean, if we get Mason Marchment to replace Puljujarvi, I'm not going to be that mad. Mason Marchment was absolutely amazing for the Florida Panthers and would be a relatively good replacement for Puljujarvi. It's just we shouldn't trade Puljujarvi. Just end of story. But besides that, I think this Evander Kane deal, great deal. Great job by Ken Holland to get him signed to a cheap deal at $5.125 million. This is the type of move that we absolutely need to continue to make, especially continuing into free agency. We need these bargain deals. We need to build up the depth, and hopefully we can add to our defensive core, because that's definitely something that we need to add on to. So for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure to enjoy free agency day. I'm going to be off at work suffering, trying to keep up with all the rumors and stuff like that. So enjoy your guys' day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. And make sure to join in the stream in tonight. I'll be live around 6:30, so make sure to tune into that as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.